Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. I had initially thought to create a brief update video to lambast confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD over his confirmed plagiarist Philip Mewson-style Twitter non-apology, which, trust me, I will get to that, but it will be a later segment in this video. No, first, I want to say a few things. Firstly, even if I never get to ask any of you this again, share this video. Make people aware of what has been going on. Warn people about this. Warn other YouTube content creators and Twitch streamers. They deserve to know. They deserve at least some warning that their hard work may be stolen by this person, and his viewers certainly need to be aware that this person is not who they might think he is. Plagiarism is theft. Pretty sure I mentioned that in my last video. But after I posted my video, there were a great many comments from confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD's fans both on Twitter and on YouTube that claimed it was a one-off, or it was an accident. Except that it wasn't. No, it is a very clear pattern of behavior that has apparently gone on for nearly a decade as far as I can determine. And I found this out thanks to some very interesting Twitter DMs that I received after I posted my last video, because usually that sort of thing can and does happen. When improprieties are found, usually those with evidence of even further unethical acts tend to come forward, and I'm very glad that they did. I have 4 videos from December of 2012 where the content of all 4 of them are direct and deliberate acts of plagiarism. In addition, there is one other video that I want to discuss from July 2018 that, while that video does not appear to be an act of plagiarism, it is still a highly unethical practice on his part, and these together with the plagiarism of suggestive gaming's video in my last video paints a very clear and distinct pattern of behavior that has spanned at minimum nearly a decade. And once we get through those, then I will talk about his pathetic little non-apology. On December 5th, 2012, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD released the video titled Black Ops 2 Zombies Transit Storyline Bus Driver Analysis No. 1 Hinted Locations. In it, he discussed the following hinted locations from the bus driver's voice lines delivered at each stop: the Yellowstone National Park, Deep Springs, California, Tehachapi Ranch, Greenbrier Resort, and the island of Hawaii. In this video, he discusses the historical nature of each location and seemed to be very informative for the viewers who, judging by the comments on the videos, were absolutely amazed at confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD's research and attention to detail. This work continued on in the following videos: Black Ops 2 Zombies Transit Storyline Bus Driver Analysis No. 2, released on December 6, 2012, Analysis No. 3 video, released on December 8, 2012, and Analysis Video No. 4, released on December 9, 2012. Except the entirety of the content of those videos, excepting the intro and outro segments, were information compiled by another source, and confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD simply read off of a script created by another person. Say hello to Panaz, the Call of Duty Zombies forum member who was the actual source for compiling all of the information contained within those videos, including every single screenshot that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD used within his videos. The Google Earth images that Panaz had collected using his own phone, which he forwarded me a screenshot of his image bucket on his phone. Even the SoundCloud files for the bus driver's voice lines were contained within this forum post, which confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD used within his videos. This post was made on November 19, 2012, nearly a full month before confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD decided to use it as a basis of his script for 4 videos that netted him a combined total of 485,998 views on YouTube, and from what I've been told, although this bit is unconfirmed, these 4 videos were the breakout point of confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD's YouTube career, and if it weren't for these videos, it is possible that he might not enjoy the successes that he's had. Except they're not him. They're a lie. Unfortunately, as we can't do a voice-to-voice comparison, this will take a little bit more video editing on my part, but so be it, such is life. Now, obviously, I can't show you all of the plagiarism within these videos, otherwise I would be simply re-uploading these videos nearly in their entirety, minus a few minutes of intro and outro time, and simply showing you snips from the forum post overlaying over the top of them. However, I will show some segments from each location discussed within each video. Also, as an additional caveat, while Panaz's forum post contained within it a metric ton of copy-pasted wording from sites like Wikipedia, I am certain some people will not consider this plagiarism. However, while Panaz does link and source the locations of the quotes, he is also creating, as an overall body of work, a compendium of information based upon the bus driver voice lines, and it is that compendium of the work that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD is ripping off here. Also, I'm not going to include the Yellowstone National Park segment to the first video because for that segment, and that segment alone, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD actually did say that he was reading off of a blog post, although it is worth noting that he never once cited the source of the information nor properly credited the person that put in all the work. I know, big shocker there, because if he did, then people would know that he was simply reading off of somebody else's work for all of the rest of the content for these 4 videos. However, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD does not at all credit or cite any sources for any of the remaining segments of the first video, and he utterly fails to mention any sort of source for the information he is reading from in his subsequent videos, leaving the viewer with a very clear and distinct impression that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD was putting in all of the work to dig up this information himself, which is a lie of omission. So here is some of the audio from the Deep Springs, California segment.
The area is full of strange people wandering around in black suits. There have also been rumours that there is an underground facility in the area. Checking with gravity anomaly maps prove that there are large cavities under the ground in that area. The wildest claims relative to the area have stated that alien life forms are being released there, and Deep Springs lakes have been probed and it appears bottomless. Divers have travelled along an underground river 27 miles towards the Las Vegas area before having to turn around. And according to other sources, there's a story that goes around where centuries ago, surface people entered into a pact with an alien nation hidden within the earth. The US government in 1933 agreed to trade animals in exchange for high-tech knowledge.
Next is Tehachapi Ranch.
The Tehachapi Mountains are a mountain range in the Traverse Ranges system of California in the western US. The range extends for approximately 40 miles in southern Kern County and northeastern Los Angeles County. Now, it appears that 3 research facilities operated by Northrop, McDonnell Douglas and Lockheed are involved with developing new types of aircraft which possibly utilize anti-gravity propulsion. There are also reports by people who say they work at these facilities. They describe huge, elaborate underground complexes that are linked together by tunnels.
Also, within this segment is where confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD used the Google Earth images screen captured by Panaz that Panaz used within his forum posts, such as this one that appears at 6 minutes and 3 seconds in the video, where you can see the image within the forum post itself, which, again for the record, is 1 month prior to confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD's videos. And then here is the screenshot Panaz sent me, where you can see it again on the far right, and just to the left of that, we see another image that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD used at 7 minutes and 38 seconds in the video. And let's just run through these rapid fire through all 4 videos.
The Greenbrier is a Forbes 4-star and AAA 5-diamond award-winning luxury resort located just outside the town of White Sulphur Springs in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, United States. Now, the Greenbrier is also the site of a massive underground bunker, but Hawaii is the most recent of the 50 US states and is the only US state made up entirely of islands. It's in the northernmost island group in Polynesia, occupying most of an archipelago in the Central Pacific Ocean. Now, the state encompasses nearly the entire volcanic Hawaiian island chain, which comprises of hundreds of islands spread over 1,500 miles. Is that there's 2 different theories, or like little stories, that can link to the Grand Canyon being significant. One story is called the Lost City of the Dead, and the other is called an Indian legend. So let's start with a little brief roundup of the Lost City of the Dead. Well, perhaps the most amazing suppression of all is the excavation of an Egyptian tomb by the Smithsonian in Arizona. So the report speaks of a guy called G.E. Kincaid, who believed himself to be the first white person born in Idaho. He was an explorer and hunter all of his life, and he was journeying down the Colorado River in a boat, all on his own, looking for minerals, when some 42 miles up the river from the El Tovar Crystal Canyon, he noticed some stains in the sedimentary formation. The historical town of Roswell was located here until evacuation of the US military. So a basic rundown of Area 51 is that it's a military base and a remote detachment of Edwards Air Force Base. It's located in the southern portion of Nevada, and it's situated at its center of the southern shore of Groom Lake is a large military airfield. The base's primary purpose is undetermined. However, based on historical evidence, Great Slave Lake is the second largest lake in the Northwest Territories of Canada and it's absolutely huge. Like, I've got a picture up on the screen now of a map showing you how big it is. But Great Slave Lake actually coincides with a secret US military intelligence project known as Operation Morning Light. Operation Morning Light was the name given to the first phase of the search for the nuclear-powered Soviet satellite. Dulce Base is an alleged secret alien underground facility near the town of Dulce, New Mexico in the United States. And claims of alien activity there first arose from Albuquerque businessman Paul Benowitz. Harvard Yard is a grassy area that's about 25 acres long, which contains the center campus of Harvard University, and that's really all there is. It's in Massachusetts, but there is a very interesting YouTube video. If you search Harvard Yard on YouTube, the very first video you'll come across is an hour-long kind of documentary, and the description simply says the fraud of the modern education and the brainwashing of our politicians. The Savannah River site is a nuclear reservation in the United States in the state of South Carolina. The site was built during the 1950s to refine nuclear materials for deployment in nuclear weapons. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what Santa Monica is, but for those who don't, it's just a beachfront city in Los Angeles. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a really lovely beach, and it's Santa Monica is home to executives and Hollywood celebrities. Now, what makes this location sort of relevant is that Santa Monica has a fault line, and our earthquakes are the only natural disaster whereby we have no idea where the next one is going to be. So when is the big one going to hit Los Angeles is a question for the ages, but you can actually use study and look at the past and present as a way of looking into the future. You see what I did there?
Yes, we see what you did there. You read off of a forum post and claimed it was a joke that you just thought up. How original. And these are not isolated clips from these videos. This is, as I said, the entirety of the content contained within these videos with the exception of the intro and outro segments. But through it all, he continues to use images posted by Panaz within his forum posts and takes credit for all of the work. Some people said that the plagiarism of Suggested Gaming's video was a one-off, or merely a coincidence based on it being the first and only known confirmed example of plagiarism. Well, here we have 4 more videos that are entirely the work of another individual, and this was 8 years ago. This is not merely a coincidence or a one-off, no, it is a pattern of behavior that spans 8 years, and who knows if it goes back even further than that, which begs the question, how many more videos of confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD are not actually of his own making? I would venture a guess to say a lot. And that ties into his non-apology, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Next, let's talk about another incident that occurred in 2018, which, while I do not believe this video is an act of plagiarism, it is still, in essence, stolen and uncredited ideas. On July 6, 2018, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD released the video titled New Zombies Teaser Solved, Secret Perk Machine Story, Greek Gods and Zombies, which discusses exactly what the title suggests. However, it seems that he was sourcing 2 different Reddit users, Corvus and John Henry 1871. Corvus released the Reddit post Why I Think the Zombies in Black Ops 4 Will Have Heavy Greek Influences on July 6, 2018 at around 6 a.m. UTC, while John Henry 1871 released his post titled Theory, all perks in the new storyline will be related to Greek gods, and there will be 13 for the 12 Olympians plus Hades at around 8:22 a.m. UTC the same day. Later that day, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD released his video without crediting these 2 sources. This resulted in Corvus posting the video to the Call of Duty Zombies subreddit under the title, I don't know about you, but it seems like MrDalekJD used our ideas without crediting us. And this resulted in confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD silently updating the description of the video to cite both Reddit users. However, it is worth noting that he links only Corvus's Reddit post and not John Henry 1871, showing to me just how much he cared about correcting his own actions. And there was an interesting statement I found within that lack of credit posting that I thought warranted reading, and I will see what I can come up with in regards to that information, where the Reddit user I Don't Need Jug wrote, he's been called out many times for stealing content. I honestly won't ever click his channel just off how he harassed and stole Relaxing N's content. The fact he stole Relaxing's content the same day he tried to steal JC's thunder for his reveal by streaming it just shows how little he actually cares about the community and other members of the community. If he is unable to be a decent human being and give respect, I don't see why he should be given any respect. Whenever I see his name brought up now, I immediately bring up these transgressions to let others know about all his fuckery. And that post was responded to by the user Hellshock77, who wrote, "He stole some of my edits before and I had to call him out on Twitter. He said he didn't know and was just sent them, even though they had watermarks." And one final quote from the Reddit user Molari, love the name by the way, huge Babylon 5 fan, that makes a lot of good points and leaves me with the impression that this sort of behavior from confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD has been far more prevalent over the years than his fans and other Call of Duty YouTubers might be aware. Yes, under normal circumstances, this could be seen as a mistake. But when he has a history of cheating, plagiarizing, and harassing other people, the Relaxing N to be specific, and he also had a history of not doing anything to rectify those mistakes he made, what else would this be other than him just looking to make quick content? I mean, everyone's hopping on this trend lately where Black Ops 4 videos get ass tons of views, and Dalek saw an opportunity to make a video where the points he was talking about were legitimately well researched and theorized, and he took it. But the catch is that it isn't his content at all. What I'm trying to say is that this very well could have just been a huge mistake on his part, but he has a history of doing the same thing and never credits the people whose content he takes. He makes hundreds of dollars, in this case it's pounds since he lives in the UK, off of those videos. And if he comes out and admitted to doing what he does, you think people would continue watching his content? It's all about money. And hell, he could just come out as ignorant and say, "I'm sorry guys, I didn't know, and I'll promise to do better next time," and he still wouldn't have to admit stealing other people's content because in the end, he's made his money, and people eat those backwashed, overused apologies. Yeah. Stealing content. Never crediting people. Promising to do better in the future. Backwashed, overused apologies. That sounds mighty familiar. Now let's talk about his most recent apology, if you could even call it that, and why all of this is so utterly repugnant. As I said previously, as I was posting my last video, confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD actually decided to attempt an apology, which, truth be told, I honestly believed he was going to remain silent. However, the apology itself is confirmed plagiarist Philip Mewson-style levels of terrible. He wrote, "I just wanted to take a moment to address the tweets circulating this evening about myself and another YouTuber. I had reached out privately to resolve the matter, but it's only fair that I publicly apologize to Suggestive Games. What I did was extremely wrong and a very poor judgment. We as a gaming community should be a team, and I let the team down with my recent actions. I apologize profusely for what I have done. This has made me reevaluate the way I create content for my channel, and it will not happen again." Which, wait, what? Okay, yes, he apologized. That is something. However, he did so on social media, ensuring that his apology reached only a small subset of his overall viewer base. By doing so, he insulates himself from the majority of his audience, even becoming aware he had stolen content from another creator. It is also worth noting that nowhere within this apology does he actually acknowledge what it is that he even did, and that is painfully evident from the sheer number of his own fans that were left asking in the thread what was even going on. And no, we as a quote-unquote gaming community should absolutely not be a team. I hold no allegiance nor alliance with the likes of plagiarizing unethical scum. Claiming a faux sense of unity between content creators that do not even know each other is myopic and intellectually dishonest at best, and is, to my mind, a clear attempt at conciliatory language designed to bury this controversy as rapidly as possible. It is self-preservation, nothing more. And that last line, "This has made me re-evaluate the way I create content for my channel, and it will not happen again." You know, in light of what was uncovered since my last video, this tells me that he is, for all intents and purposes, admitting that plagiarism and unethical practices are a matter of course for his channel, which, from what I've seen so far, is certainly no surprise, as he has been doing this for the better part of a decade. As I was actually exporting this video, I was made aware that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD released an apology video on his YouTube channel, which was actually not Philip Mewson levels of terrible. In it, he admitted to plagiarizing Suggestive Gaming's content and the extent of the plagiarism, explained that he had offered the ad revenue generated from that video to Suggestive Gaming, who declined, and stated that he would be donating the ad revenue plus extra to charities. He also stated that his Twitter apology was not enough without addressing it on the platform from which it originated. Gee, I wonder who gave him that idea. And in regards to past plagiarism, he had this to say.
Furthermore, I want to extend this apology to anyone who feels I've overstepped the mark and used their content in a plagiaristic manner or without permission over the years.
And this is all well and good, but I'm not really buying it. Now, it seems to me that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD is now only taking these steps as while Suggestive Gaming's and my channels are much smaller than his, we are large enough through our combined audiences to create enough of a stir to make certain that his actions are dragged into the light of public visibility, which does not seem to be a thing he has ever faced before. This person has been doing this and getting away with it for the better part of a decade, and only now he reflects on his actions and decides what he has been doing for the last 8 years is only now wrong? No, I don't buy it in the slightest. But as had been stated previously in this video, people will gobble it up because that's what they want to believe. They want to be able to rely on that implicit trust that I talked about in my last video. They want to be able to believe in the inherent honesty of others. But unfortunately, reality is not so bright and cheery. Until backed up by action, I see no reason to view this as little more than outdating the outrage. But credit where it is due, it is far better than the lame-ass apology to people he offered up on Twitter. However, given the scope of time involved with all of these acts of plagiarism, both known and unknown, it seems to me that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD only cares about his wallet. Because he sure as hell doesn't care about his content. I mean, how could he? It's not even his. It's other people's hard work. It is other people's sleepless nights. Other people's dedication and research and blood, sweat, and tears. Now, this person doesn't give a damn about the superlative good fortune that has been bestowed upon him by having a platform of that size. So many YouTubers work really hard to earn each and every subscriber that they gain, and as a result, every single YouTuber I know appreciates and respects their audience as a whole and knows full well that achieving any sort of success depends on the goodwill and the trust of our viewers. And it is because of that we work so very hard on our videos, that we do spend a great deal of time and investment into our viewers for you. But that's not something that confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD even knows about. He just copies from other people. Our viewers are the lifeblood of our channels, and our channels would not even exist without any of you. But confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD didn't really give a damn until he was called out by louder voices. He doesn't see his viewers in the same light. He sees them as a means unto an end. And he does so because he doesn't work for his content. No, he lets other people do that and then steals credit and content in order to generate income. And as I said, I feel sorry for his viewers because confirmed plagiarist MrDalekJD is not a YouTube content creator. He is a mimeograph machine, spitting out work created by people more dedicated and more talented than he is. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.